Welcome to the Daily Bread Podcast, where we talk faith, finances, and the foundation of building real wealth. Your host is Aaron Smith, who is your financial design coach, and is bringing you strategies that feed both your pockets and your purpose. Now listen, this podcast is for educational purposes only. Aaron is not providing legal, tax, or investment advice. Always consult with a qualified professional for your specific financial situation. That said, let's get into the real talk. Because money is more than money. It's personal.
Hey, come on in. Come on in, if you will. This is Daily Bread. I'm Aaron Smith, your wealth coach. Once again, I'm always grateful to be able to share my knowledge, my skills, my talents as it relates to wealth building strategies. I hope that as you come in, that you grab something to write with, something to write on as I share with you this evening. I always find it to be incredible of how much you can continue to understand and keep in your brain when you're able to write down content. Write down content helps you maintain that information. And if you leave this conversation and you continue to engage in financial conversations, you become even stronger. You become even stronger. It is amazing, and it doesn't matter your age. I am I'm 61 years old. At age 60, I challenged myself to learn a foreign language. Never took Spanish before. Uh, to start taking Spanish at age 60. 3 days a week, hablo español. You know, got really comfortable with it, got good with it. Took me about 9 months. But when I first started to learn the language, I was scared. I was uncomfortable. I'm 60 years old. I can't do this. I'm not going to memorize this. I'm not going to understand how to use it. Well, I've been in it for a year, 2 months, 2 months, 14 months, and I got it. I got it. I got it, y'all. I got this second language. I understand it. I like it. I use it. I've grown from it. And many times I've always told people that I share as it relates to money, that money is a foreign language. That's right. Money is a foreign language. It truly is a foreign language. You don't to think about all the classes that you've taken in school. Think about think about every single one of the classes that you've ever taken in school since you first stepped into your kindergarten or your first grade. And as you go all the way through college, think about it. There was no requirement that you had to take a personal finance class. You didn't have to learn about stocks and bonds. You did not have to understand real estate, standard deviation, risk tolerance. You did not have to learn anything about how business functions, how it works, right? The American economic system, foreign language. Foreign language. That's why many of us don't do well with it. Think about all the income that you've ever earned. All the income that you've ever earned. How much do you have remaining of it? See? So this podcast is for you. For you high income earners, highly educated, degreed individuals who feel that you're not where you want to be or need to be financially. That's why this podcast is here. It's designed to help you become more effective, more efficient, maximize your values, and pass your wealth not only now while you're living, but to pass it on for generations to come. We got a good conversation for this evening. Hope that you have something to write with. Hope you have something to write with. Are you a problem solver? Are you a problem solver? Think about that for a second. And as you are a problem solver, this is where you're going to build tremendous wealth, being a problem solver. Right? Think about it. I want you to think about this for a second. Think about what you do every day in your life. Are you solving the problem? Are you solving a problem? You know, I took some notes of some things here. Um, when I was in college, when I was back in college in 83, I think it was the year 85. I was a sophomore, 85. I was a sophomore in college. And I was always intrigued. I was always intrigued with personal finance. And I always wondered why my mom and dad, my mom, a domestic worker, my father, a truck driver, and I start to recognize other families in the school system that I was in, private education, private school in Virginia, in Richmond. And I would wonder why were these students wearing designer clothes, driving fancy cars, and having big homes? And I was intrigued by that. And what was it about my parents, hardworking people, love their family? What was it that they didn't understand, or what was missing that they could not acquire the same thing that these folks was acquiring from a financial perspective? I was intrigued with that. And I had a conversation with a parent of one of these students, got really close. I was an athlete. I played football. I went to college on scholarship. And I was having a conversation with a booster. With a booster. A booster basically is a individual that supports the athletic program. It's a booster. And they're all around. The athletes see them all around. But I was having a conversation, went out to dinner with a booster. And he said something to me that changed my life. He changed my life. And I never ever thought and understood this. But as he was telling me, it didn't resonate. But after 15 years of leaving college, it finally resonated. And he said, Aaron, he said, money is all around you. He said, look around, look in the sky, look around, turn around, put your hands up, grab it. Money is everywhere. It's all over the place. And I'm like, okay, where is it? Where is it? My mom and dad always told me that money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. And he said, money is there. It's on the trees. It's in the air. It's right beside you. Look down. You can pull it. It's right there. And I'm like, I'm not understanding. And he said, you're learning when your attitude about wealth changes. I said, okay. I took it from there. Okay. And I went on about my business. I didn't realize what he was telling me until I was age 41. 41. I learned what he was telling me. And he was absolutely right. Money does grow on trees. Money is around you. Money is right beside you right now. Where are you sitting right now listening to this podcast? Money is right there with you. You have to learn how to grab it and recognize that it's there to be taken. How you do that, Aaron? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. I want you to think about all the things that you do every day in your life. When you get up in the morning and you go to the bathroom and you brush your teeth, right? That's a need. Somebody solved your problem because they made the toothbrush. They made the toothpaste. They solved the problem. They were a problem solver. Think about this for a second, right? You needed to get to work. You needed transportation. There's the automobile. Somebody designed the automobile. They solved the problem. Think about this for a second. It is, you need your grass cut. You need your house renovated. You have a problem. Somebody's solving that problem by getting your grass cut. Somebody solved the problem by making the lawn more. See, all of us have problems. Every single one of us have a problem, right? You know what? I got a problem right now. I have the desire right now for comedy. I want to go up to the comedy club tonight. Matter of fact, I just might do that because I have this itch. I want to laugh and be happy. I want comedy right now. The comedian is solving a problem. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have been schooled and educated to go to school. You have a degree, right? You're doing something for a living. You might not necessarily like what you're doing. I don't know. You might love what you're doing. But are you solving the problem? And the answer is likely yes, because that employer would not hire you if you was not solving a problem. See, if you position yourself to start thinking about what is the talents and skills that God gave me, that I developed, that I created over the years of learning, what are the skills that I have? Not the skills that Bob has, not the skills that Diane has. What are the skills that I have? And how can I use those skills today to solve a problem? And what is the problem that needs to be solved? Now, your success and happiness in life depends on your willingness to help someone solve their problem. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. It's right around you. It's your attitude. It's how you're thinking about money, right? What is the problem I can solve? How can I create my skill set? How can I design a business? How can I design a part-time business? How can I offer my services to the corporation that needs me in this position because I can solve a problem that they have? Um, Today is like it's never ever been. Technology is so advanced. Artificial intelligence is fantastic. Understanding how the blockchain works is awesome. Do you understand how tokenization works, right? Or DeFi. See, right now, whatever you do, whatever your skills are, your gifts are, if you sit back in your quiet place, in your quiet place, and think about, pray over how you can solve someone's problem. Solve their problem. What is the problem that they have I can solve? It may even get to the point that I got a problem I can solve and I'm going to get it patented. I'm going to patent intellectual property. I'm going to protect what I understand I can do, the skill I can offer to someone because they got a problem. Is that problem solving for an individual, for a corporation, for a faith-based organization? What is the problem that I can solve? See, if you focus on that, you focus on that, you will make tremendous wealth. Now, we're going to have a conversation in my next podcast about what you do with that wealth. But a lot of you have already figured this out. How you solve a problem. And if this solving this problem requires you to have some type of partnership with someone else who has a different skill set that can solve another problem, and both of you can solve a problem of a corporation that needs that problem solved, you can make millions. You can earn millions. So what does Aaron do? Aaron solves problems. Aaron, the question is asked generally, Aaron, what are you? Are you a financial planner? Are you a wealth manager? Are you a coach? What are you? I have a simple answer. I help people solve their money problems. That's what I do. I help people solve their concerns when it comes around the topic of money. If you're trying to finance your child's education, I can help solve that problem. If you're looking to leave wealth to the next generation, I can help solve that problem. If you're looking to build a portfolio with less risk, more returns, I can help you solve that problem. If you're looking to start a business, run a business, maximize a business, I can solve that problem. I'm a problem solver. I am living the best life I've ever lived, despite all the noise that's going on in this country. I'm a problem solver. This session, I want you to take away, please learn what your skills are, your talents are, your schooling is, your education is, and figure out who can you serve to solve their problem. And it's going to bring you to riches. Now, once you learn how to solve that problem and what's that, you may need to hire someone, get someone to coach you on how to now develop it so that you can start producing that to that organization or to that individual. That's my session. That's it for today. Not much, not a whole lot. My next session is going to be a multiple streams of income. How you create multiple streams of income in addition to your current income. How you truly build wealth by having multiple streams of income. God bless you. I'm Aaron Smith, your wealth coach, a problem solver. We look forward to talking to you next time. God bless.